Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. It is Monday morning, and that can only mean one thing. On Monday, we go through my week in numbers, comments, etc., etc., etc. What I'm going to start doing as well, I'm going to start sharing something about my life every single Monday. If I remember, I probably won't, but it's something that happened yesterday. So you know what? I'm going to share it, and if you don't like it, I guess just put it for a minute. Okay, so Sunday was yesterday, and was in this big tournament. My kid's under 9 years old, and semi-finals, and one penalty is much better time. But what I can't work if I'm right or wrong, and I feel like this is good for business. This is good for us as human beings. I was really upset my son didn't get on. There was only 2 players who didn't get on the semi-final, and it's probably because he's not one of the better there. And so am I upset because he didn't get on? Am I upset because own ego? Because I love football and I was quite good at ball. Well, not good way thinking. And so I'm thinking, okay, so why am I upset here? What is going inside my mind? Why am I frustrated, hurt, anger? Is it because I'm upset for my kid, but then my kid's not even bothered? He's happy as Larry. And so I feel really good. It's trying to be a lesson in everything I say. Not because I think I'm great or anything like that, but I'm being because I want to, I don't know, I want to challenge people's thought process and why I think the way they think. And that starts with me. And so the question I keep asking myself is, one, after a night's sleep, am I still upset at the fact he didn't get on? There was only 2 kids who didn't get on, and he was one of them. And there was other players that I thought that he was playing better than through the whole tournament. So am I upset for him? Am I upset for me? Am I upset because this team has now changed and we're all about results rather than the kids and them feeling apart? Am I upset because I didn't feel I thought that I don't know. And so there's a whole host of questions that I want to look at and think, why do we act the way we do, and why do we get emotional about certain things? And I find it fascinating. Work myself out, work others out, why I say things, why I act the way I do, why other people do the same as well. I mean, I can never wife out. Forget that. I've given up trying. I've given up trying on that one. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share a glimpse into like yesterday. It was an amazing day, brilliant. It was fantastic. Just I don't know what tainted it a little, and I don't know. Anyway, probably no. Nobody else is interested remotely whatsoever about what I've got to say in regards to this subject. 1 second. Or it is hot in here, and so I just took my jump. So it's just I'm fascinated by how we think, the psychology of all, what makes us do certain things in certain ways. And I haven't said anything to the manager because I'm thinking, well, ultimately, I said, if he's not good enough to start, he's not good enough to start. Simple as. I'm like, yeah, but there's other people good enough to start as well. So I don't know. And so it's fascinating for me, and I think that helps in business as well. Because if you start questioning things, if you accept it the way you think and feel, and just go gung ho like that, I like to think, okay, why? I've got all the information. Am I seeing it from everybody's side? Am I seeing it from their point of view? Is there any data that I'm missing, that I'm blinkered to? He's my son. So I doubt blinkered. So is there any data in my business that I'm missing? Is there any angles I can look at that I'm not perceiving it? And so I feel like that makes us more well-rounded. I still don't think it makes me come to any better decisions at all, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm just one other bit of housekeeping. I'm reading an awesome book in a minute, a marketing book, which is superb. I'm going to have loads of takeaways from that marketing book, talking about your website, how it should be, etc. And all learn. I try to read at least one marketing book a week, and so this is one of those books. I can't actually go for a run or drive listening to it, because I've got to stop all the time and take note. That's how I know I'm listening to a good book. Normally when I listen to a book, I'm like, yeah, get that, understand that, heard it before, and I just enjoy listening to it, and just it reaffirms the stuff I've already learned. But this book, I'm like, shit, I never thought of that. Holy moly. And he's got podcasts as well, which I'll share with you guys. Anyway, that's later down the road. We've got loads of episodes this, and on Sunday I am going on holiday, so I'm going to have to pre-record loads of episodes for next week as well. Week after, because we're going for 10 days with the family, mum, dad, sisters, kids, everything. So anyway, right, let's get on with it. Sorry. Okay, I probably won't. I'm back in my mind when I'm talking about time. I'm thinking, is the audience going to like this? All the way through it, I'm thinking, no, they're not going to like this. They're going to be bored. They're thinking, what the hell has this got storage? What the hell has got this got business? How is this going to make me money? That is what people are thinking. And none of that is going to help you money. It might make you, I don't even know if it'll make you think about how we act and question it. Probably not. So yeah, I apologize. Right. Last week. How was last week? I keep saying interesting because I feel like every single week there's something we can learn from. I've got to have meetings with the staff, with the team, because there's something fundamentally wrong at what's happening at the minute. I don't know what it is. We're getting the reservations. We're just not quite getting the move-ins. How sweet, we've got 1,210 square foot moved in, but we had more square foot moved out. This next week, we've only 375 square foot in, and we've got over 1,000 square foot moving out. So what is it? I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. And I always think, let's nip things in the bud before they start to blossom. And this could be one of those perfect times. In June and July, we are supposed to be netting that square foot, because obviously in winter we start losing square foot. Is it the industry? Is it norm at the minute? Is it a norm losing square foot? But ultimately, do you know what? It doesn't really matter to me if it's a norm, if it's the same for everybody else, because I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm better than everybody else. So it's, if a team says, yeah, but Dean, it's happening in all industry. We spoke to the X, Y, Z. We're all seeing exactly the same. That's bully for them. What are we going to do about it? It doesn't just because it's a norm over there. It doesn't mean that we accept it as a norm over here. We've got to make sure that we're different. We fit different. We act different. So we're going to have a meeting, put our heads together and say, right, okay, what aren't we seeing? What fundamentals can we change? Is it price? Is it the offers? Is it the sales process? Could we do more? So there's a whole host of things that we can ask, and it'll just be interesting to see what comes out, because I am honest. I want to be really honest. I'm a little concerned with figures this week, how much square foot is moving out. I was told that July we've got some massive move-ins, some real big move-ins, and yes, it's on 4th of July when I'm recording this, but the 4th of July and this week end the 10th, 11th of July next week, and we're only got 375 in, so we're nearly halfway through the month, and we've only 375 square foot. There's something that either people are telling me what I want to hear, or we're not evaluating the situation as good, or we're not seeing the full picture, or we've had cancelled move-ins. I don't know, but something, either there's been a distortion somewhere of my expectations because of what I got told. Big square foot moved in, and by the month we're only going to move in 3 well, and obviously the 4 days prior to this, or 3 days prior to that. So we just need to make sure that we're in line. And is there anything we can do? Because I said to one of the boys yesterday, he was really upset because he scored. I said, listen, you can control the things you can control. If you're not getting the ball, then you can't be upset by that, because you're upset because nobody was passing the ball. I said, listen, as long as your pace, as long as your movements, as long as you're putting the pressure on the defenders and closing down, etc., you're doing what you can control. Everything else is uncontrollable. Don't worry about the uncontrollables, because we have no influence over them. And so I want to look at scrap back everything. Right, what can we control? I control the move outs. I think as many tests as I've done, I don't think there's much I can do about the move outs. The move outs are the move outs, and I can't. The slight movement here and there, but we can't really control them. So not about them, but the move-ins is where we have full control over. 375 square foot in July in a week. We want to be more, and I know it's only a small sample size. June was a negative month, and June we don't want a negative month. And yes, it could be the industry, but I just want to make sure that we're dotting every I and crossing every T to make sure we're in the best versions of ourselves. Are we missing something? Are we leaving some gold on the table? Is there anything that we can change internally to us have better results? And that's why it's nice to have these brainstorming. Sometimes I haven't got all the answers on my own. Nor do you, nor does anybody. It's nice to get out there and just talk to the team, because they might have a throwaway comment. You think, oh, shit. That's it. That's perfect. We can do this. I was talking to someone last week who come and visit my Clough Road site. They said one thing to me, and I was like, fuck, yeah, that's good. I did promise I wouldn't put on the podcast, so I'm very, very sorry. I can't share that. Because when I meet people, everyone says, oh, it's public knowledge. I said, oh, I get told so many things that if you tell me not to say anything, I won't say anything. But yeah, just one throwaway comment can change the trajectory of the week, business, a year, whatever it is. So that's why it's good to brainstorm. And there's no stupid questions, there's no stupid answers, there's no stupid suggestions as well. That's what you've got to create is a culture of allowing people to say the stupid suggestion, because otherwise some holes in them stupid suggestions. And if we chastise people for making, and make fun of them, that's absolutely ridiculous, that's stupid, but then we're never going to grow, because only think inside the box, and that means we're only going to get the same result as everybody else. When I think outside the box, think advertising, marketing, what do. I'm listening to a podcast at the minute from the James from Brewdog, and all of he's done, and his book, and I'm thinking, how can we do that? How can we do that in story? When we do in stories to make a splash like that, and everybody in storage, we all do the same things, but that's because it works. so is there anything that we can do that hasn't been thought of? Is there anything? I'm reading another book at the minute as well, J. Abraham book, and he's all about look at other industries and what's working for them, and why don't you bring in what's working for them? So I thought, okay, what is a close business to us? What is us sector? And so hotels, I've downloaded every single hotel podcast that I can find, and I'm starting going through the whole podcast, and I'm thinking, is there some gold that we can have in the hotel industry that we can import across? That us in storage are just blinking. We're all blinking. We've all got blinkers on. Whether it's your kid at ball or whether it's your business, we've all got blinkers, and we all stay in our lane. And sometimes we need to widen those blinkers because we need blinkers off, and we need to start other industries and thinking, right, okay, what industry practices that it's very, very common in that industry. What can we import? And so that's why I'm gonna start listening to as much other sectors, industries, and businesses that I possibly can do. I was talking to a bar about his. There's always something we can learn from a business owner. And so hopefully I'll find some gold and I can share it with you guys. Right, amount of quotes, 29 last week, which wasn't too bad. Clough Road was bonkers. We'll get onto that tomorrow. Amount of quotes per day is 4.14. That's average. Number of reservations was 12. So reservations are pretty good. So that's quotes to reservations of 41%. That means we've got a convert forward move-ins of 50%. So yeah, 41% conversion rate. That is good by any standard. But I keep asking the team this. Are we having any cancelled or expired reservations? Apparently this month is very, very good, but I'm yet to see the official data. I've asked them the question of the answer straight away because they've checked it themselves. But I don't know. I've just not seen the move-ins. We're not seeing all these move-ins that we have reservation. So cancelled reservations, is it expired reservations, or are they right? And back end of July is going to be an absolute bonanza to the time. I don't know. So number of new move-ins was 14. So we did get a few move-ins last week. 14 move-ins this week. That's new move-ins for 900 square foot. What I take away from this is that we get a lot of move-ins, but for very, very small square footage. So 40 move-ins, you would, it's maybe over 1,000 square foot. So that's 900 square foot of new move-ins. We had 3 other move-ins, which amounted to 1,210 square moved in. Our conversion rate for quotes to move-ins was 48%. That is fucking bonkers. If you showed me these figures from if I was mentoring somebody, if I was somebody else, somebody came and said, "What do you think of these figures?" I think, okay, sales process, just check. Moving process, check. And you just have to go a little bit deeper. It's like an onion. There's more and more wrappers that you need to pull off to see the actual problem. Is there a problem? I don't know. Is it just part of it? I don't know. Maybe there's no problem. Maybe I'm expecting too much. But that's us as business owners. We want to expect best, and we want to ask questions when we're not hitting the results we want to hit. We need to start asking them. We need to start asking the tough questions, because we do not put pressure. We never want to put pressure. I'll say you never want to put pressure. You want to put pressure, but fair pressure. We don't want to put fair pressure on people. I'm going to have to go because I've got to take the kids. I'm bloody yapping so much. Right, so 1,210 square foot. Yeah, ultimately, to wrap it, I think it's good to ask the questions, even when there may not be a problem. Because then when there is a problem, you'd be already on it. You'd be there before the problem starts, before it starts growing, before the seed starts being watered. Right, so 1,210 square foot moved in, 1,285 square foot move out. That is... Oh, we're going to get an alert on my bandit's just turned off to a roller coaster. It's going to go, woo, 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 woo. Oh, no. No, it hasn't. Yes. Anyway, right, so minus 75 square foot last week. Neither here nor there. But we want to be net square foot really, obviously. So amount of rooms moved in 17, amount of rooms moved out 15, total internal rooms occupied 3,664. We've had three containers, one out, 43 containers. We've only got 4 car parking spaces. We're 80.77%. I famously, jeez, I think I am. I said they would ever go below 80%. Here we are. We may well do it this week. £14.57 on the merchandise sales, and an average of £4,000 per move. Insurance needs to be higher for that. So next week we've got 6 moves for 375 square foot, and got 12 move outs for 1,200 square foot. So our average move out is 100 square foot. But that is bananas. Last week we took £27,315.56. We took £3,707.14 at Clough Road, £2,792.86 at Beverley, and £20,795.56 at Willerby. £640 at bounce direct debits at Willerby, and £312 bounce direct debits at Beverley. Guys, girls, I love you. I appreciate you. But I have to go. I'll see you tomorrow morning. See you soon.